So first of all, you will copy the response file, which is a default prepared during the installation part, that you can copy to some other place. So what you have to do it, you have to just edit these 5 lines. So once we edit these 5 lines, save the file and set the environment variable and then hit the silent database creation. The same steps what I will do, I'll copy my existing response file to some other place with giving any name here. In my case, I given here DBCA cdb1.rsp and then open that response file what you copied it. Hey guys, this is Ambasai here from Alchemy Institute. Today we will discuss about Oracle database creation using DBCA Silent Method. So here DBCA stands for Database Configuration Assistant and Silent Method meaning without opening GUI. Again, GUI nothing but graphical user interface. So without opening the GUI, so we will go ahead and create our Oracle database. So in case of Oracle database creation, there are again 2 cases. Case number 1 we call it as the non-container database creation, and case number 2 we call it as a multi-tenant container database creation, sometimes called CDB creation. So the case 1 we call it non-CDB creation and case 2 we call it as a CDB creation. So just for your reference, so the container concept we called as the CDB concept. It started from version 12c. So prior to 12c, there was only non-CDB. But again, from 21c onwards, they again stopped non-CDB. So you have to prepare only CDB. So again, depends on what versions you are referring. You have to go ahead and prepare one of the database. The either would be non-CDB, either you can go ahead and prepare the CDB or container database. So we will go ahead and do it one by one. Prerequisites here, we consider that you already installed Oracle database software. We will understand where it has been installed by using this few steps or few syntax, and also we will see the template name, which is again standard. We can refer that template name, which is we will verify the template name. We will use it that template name here. That's the location of the template. So in case of database creation, let's go ahead and non-CDB creation what we are talking about. So first of all, you will copy the response file, which is a default prepared during the installation part, that you can copy to some other place. It is not necessary you can copy it, you can directly use it this file, but it is recommended to go ahead and prepare the fresh file or with the new file name and then open that file, so that whatever you wanted to edit it, you can edit it the copied one rather than the actual one. So what we will do, we will go ahead and log into the machine and we will copy this existing response file we called as a non-opening the graphical. We will edit entire stuff in the file itself and we will submit later when we will run it like this. So we will open that file once after copied like this. So you have to use the CP and this is my response file name. Copy that to some other file name with any location. In my case, it's a home Oracle and some file name I had been given. So that file, once I copied it and then open it, in this file there are a lot of entry. So what you have to do it, you have to just edit these 5 lines. So once we edit these 5 lines and save the file and set the environment variable and then hit the silent database creation. This is the syntax to create your silent database creation. But here in this particular file, the first line says that what is your global DB name you want to have it. I just given as an UAT, that is user acceptance test. So it is a database name. In short, you can give it any name. Template name, which is already by default, it is standard. You can refer that it's a general purpose. And password, you can give it any password. This is a super user sys password, and again lower than the sys there is administrator purpose, we call it system user password, and this is what password has been mentioned, followed by the total size of the SGA plus PGA you wanted to give it combined size is in terms of MB. That's what I had given here, 1024 MB. It is again nothing but 1 GB. So open this file, or first of all copy that file to some other place. Is a response file, you have to copy it and open that file, edit this particular file lengths, rest keep the remaining lengths as it is and save it, and followed by you just set the environment variable, and followed by you can start creating your database creation. So once you started the non-CDB creation, you open another terminal, you go ahead and again either you can wait for until that finish, or you can start opening another terminal and go ahead and prepare the CDB creation. This is my case 2. The same steps what I will do, I'll copy my existing response file to some other place with giving any name here. In my case I given here DBCA cdb1.rsp, and then open that response file what you copied it, and then you can give the database name again, global DB name, and again in my case I given cdb1, you can give it anything, and followed by you can give the this template name, sys password, system password, SGA plus PGA together size called, we called as later memory target, and you want to create a container database that is called true, and how many inside the container database we do also called PDB, number of pluggable databases 1, and the pluggable database name you can give it whatever the name you want to have it, followed by the administrator password for that PDB. Once that is mentioned or that has been added, modified, edited, save it, and set the environment variable by using dot space for NB, and give the instance name, and it will ask you the software path. You just give it, because this entry right now not present in etc or a tab, so hence it is asking both the questions. You have to first provide the instance name and followed by your Oracle database software path. After that you start preparing your database creation. So here the syntax would be DBCA silent, that is without graphical opening, create your database, and the response file would be, this is the file name, the one which we copied it and modified that file. Those lines or whatever has been mentioned, just follow that line editing and adding those values, save it, and then hit this creation syntax. Let's do it practically for the same. Here you go. I just connected to one of the machine. Let's start with the prerequisites what I just mentioned here. Scroll up and see that. Check the software installation path, and then you proceed with the copying. Here you go. I'll just check cat etc ora inst.lc. So here the cat stands for concatenate, which will display the content of the file, and this is the file name which will be there in the etc folder. The file name is called Oracle installation location file, which is called short form ora inst.loc. Inside that we will see the inventory location, so let's copy that, cd to that folder, and then cd and enter, change directory. We will get one more folder, subfolder name called contents xml. Again change the directory to that folder and see the file name called inventory.xml, and then you copy it. So this is the software locations what I just trying to refer. This is my software location. We will see this or we will refer that software path in our environment variable setting cases. So at very beginning I'll just say here tail etc or a tab, which will help me to show the top or sorry the bottom 10 lines. So right now in my case it is already commented all the lines. So what it is, tail is again one of the Unix command or Linux command, which will help you to show the or display the bottom 10 lines. You can add some number, so that will show you that many lines. Right now we are looking for, do we have any entry of the instance right now in this file? Answer no. So all are commented, nothing is there. So let's do it, dot space or nb, and you can give any name. I just given UAT here and pass the software path, the one which is copied. Hit enter. Now it is done. Let's go to, this is the location, Oracle Home, and here what I just trying to cover. So I will be just trying to say here, go with this particular location. this is my the template location, just to refer it. Assistants and followed by DBCA and followed by templates. So ls, you will see that this is my general purpose template file name. Once you refer that, let's now try to copy we noted that okay, this is my reference file. We will now copy the response file which is already exists. Let's copy it. Let's first check is it present or not. In my case, I'll just show you lsfnl. Here's the file. The file is present. Let's copy that file to some other location with some file name. In my case, I given this my file name. Here you go. I copied with this name. So after copying, you just open this file and you can see that there are many lines in this. So here, I'll just once again reopen it. Let's show you. There are 604 lines in it. Okay, so we no need to modify all the lines, rather we have to modify hardly these 5 lines. Search with those lines. The starting would be here the global DB name, and it's clearly mentioned this value has to be mandatorily, you have to mention it. Is there any default value? No, not yet. So you have to provide the global DB name, whatever you are interested. And now in our case, we will go ahead and refer it as UAT. It can be any name, you can give it. So followed by my template name. Let's scroll down and see the instance name. You don't need to give it, that is called mandatory no. And what it does, it will take it from the global DB name, whatever the global DB name, the first one what you mentioned. So that will be taken as your instance name as well. So no need to mention that. Followed by, you can just refer here, I want to go for rest, all it is just optional. I wanted to go ahead and directly jump into my template location. I'm just scrolling down, or you can directly search with here escape / and template. So this is the one which just have to refer. Here, is it mandatory? Yes, it's mandatory. What value I have to pass it? Okay, this is the value what we noted earlier. Just copy it. Here you go, paste it. Followed by your sys password. Again, escape sys password. So it is again, is it mandatory? Yes, it's mandatory because of your database you are creating it, and his password has to be given. In my case, I given some password. You can give it whatever password you are interested. This is my super user password. Don't forget, this is the username called sys. Sys is my super user in Oracle database. Okay, so followed by, we will go ahead and prepare the or we will mention the password for another user called system user. So you can give the same password or you can give the different password. In my case, I given the different password. And followed by, you can just refer the last line. You will see this is a total memory you wanted to have it for your SGA plus PGA combined, and it is in terms of MB. So what I will do, I'll just go ahead and refer it here, which is 1024, and save it. That's it. These are the lines which I have modified, and save it. So after modification is done, you can go ahead and run the command dot space, as I mentioned, that or NV, and if it is not mentioned, type it UAT and set your software path. Example, you haven't set, in that case just do it one more time. If it is set, then you can verify you already done that step. That's it. Now here we set the environment variable, we modified the response file, or first we copied it and then we modified it. Now the next one is we will go for preparing this database by using DBCA Silent. DBCA is one of my utility name called Database Configuration Assistant. Where it is present, you can just refer here which DBCA. You can see this is a utility location. From there, you are asking to create your Silent database, and the response file name is already prepared it, and just hit this enter and wait for a while. It takes a few minutes to get it finished based on how speed your machine. According to that, the time it may vary to prepare this container database, non-CDB creation. Okay, so that's what I said. It is case 1. We call it as non-CDB creation. So let's keep this as it is. We will go for duplicate this session. As I mentioned that it is now started preparing. I'll go for duplicate the terminal and followed by login with again Oracle. Once it is logged in, I'll just try to go for here, copy the response file. This time I'll give the again different name as should not conflict. So let's open this file again. Now this time we'll go ahead and change not in the 5 lines, rather 9 lines. The first line would be I will give it the database name, CDB database name. I'll go for CDB1, and you can just mention again escape search with a template. So here it will show you a template section. So it is a line number 223. You can directly jump in. Here you can see this is my line number 223. Just copy this file, name of the template file, and paste it, followed by again escape sys password. Again line number 226, and here it is actually 233. Let's copy the password. You can give it any password. I given here Oracle for you, and system user password DBA #1234. You can give any password for system user. The first one is for sys user and the second one is for system user. Next, you want to create database as a container database, create as container database. So as I said that, okay, yes. So by default, as I said, it is false. By default, it is not mandatory, but from 21C it becomes a mandatory. So now go ahead and change this as, do you want to prepare? True stand for yes, opposite is false. I want to go for true, nothing but create as a container database. So during the container database creation, it will ask you the PDB part. So maybe an example, escape. Here, number of PDBs you want to have it. So number, again, it is mentioned that if you create a container database without giving number, it will not create a PDBs, and that is not mandatory. You can just ignore, or you can just mention as many PDB you want to have it. You can just ignore, either you just say I want to create a container database but I don't want to prepare PDBs at the beginning. That's again optional, or you can just ignore, or you mention the PDB creation part here. So as I said, I want to have one PDB along with the CDB creation, and then in what is my PDB name, you can give any name. I given here CDB1 and PDB. Followed by password, it is asking just for administrator password. Let's go ahead and refer that. Here, admin password. Here, this is my administrator password. Oracle. That's it. So why it is a mandatory? No, because the PDB creation is not mandatory. In our agenda, CDB creation is only enough. But still, if you want to have it, then just prepare it accordingly. So after this all just mentioned, and make sure that you just set the total memory. The last line will have the bottom of the file will have this line total memory parameter. You just pass the size of your HGA plus BGA together, size what you want to have it. It is in terms of MB. So I just added those all lines or modified those lines and then saved it. Now I need to run the dot space or env. If I don't use it, then let's example if I try with which DBCA. He says that no, I don't have an idea about where is my DBCA. To avoid that, what you can do, just say first verify where is your software, and this is my inventory location, and inside this CD, here you go, and then say ls and do cat. This is the file name inventory.xml. There you get this location, and this is my software path. Dot space or env, and instance name you can give it as a CDB1, and database software path, this is the path. You just copy it and paste it. Right, you can say just select it, it gets copied, and right click get pasted in the putty. After that, you can now try with which DBCA. You can see here it is now ready. Followed by, you can just now run the DBCA silent create database is what the agenda has been set, creating your database. And obviously we are preparing Oracle database, and that's a container database in our case. Hit enter. After copy pasting those that line and hit enter, so it will start preparing the CDB creation, container database creation. The previously we started preparing your non-CDB, and this is we call creating a PD. So make sure that it is mentioned that DBCA is either not accessible or does not exist, your correct location. So an example in my case, if you give it as a in this example, let's say here I missed my slash, does it allow to continue with this creation part? Obviously no, it is not allowing. So hence just add as expected. So give the proper path. Sometime it is expected error. Always as a DBA you should make sure that if any error comes, you have to understand what exactly it is trying to say here. So this says that this file name is not found. So what is the problem? So some slash is missing. Either it is not accessible or does not exist. In our case, it is not exist because it is not correctly given. So here now properly given. An example here, it's properly given now. Let's now try to wait for a while. It will get proceed. So it says that now started preparation. So what we are preparing now? CDB creation. So once you give some time for its preparation part, so this gets prepared and the non-CDB creation looks like here. This is the output. So at the end you will see that it is prepared with this way. The global DB name would be here, UAT, and the instance name is called system identifier name, be UAT itself for non-CDB. For CDB creation, we given here, it is my CDB1. So CDB1 is my global DB name and CDB1 is my instance name. After this is what it is prepared, let's now go ahead and connect them. An example, this is let's say you prepared it and now you wanted to connect it. Okay, so here DB, this is a machine 1, let's connect it. Just for avoiding to prepare again, it takes time to get this finished, so I'm just waiting for that to finish. But here you can leave that preparation part and see that what has been prepared for a demonstration. I well prepared this all, both non-CDB as well as the CDB part. So I can go ahead and check, is it prepared, and it is up and running. Yes, PMON says that UAT is also prepared and CDB1 is also prepared. Let's go ahead and check that dot space or NV UAT and SQL plus slash sysdba, and now check, give me the name of the database plus is it CDB or not from $v database. If it's a CDB column says no, that means it is a non-CDB database. Similarly, exit from here and just try to do or NV CDB1 and just try to re-log in. Just go ahead and check, is it CDB? Yes, it is a CDB. This is how you have to refer it, and just check it's open mode and it's right now open in read write mode. That's it for today's agenda. The agenda what has been set is to prepare your Oracle database creation using silent method. So make sure that you follow whatever the instruction has been mentioned, those line editing properly, and while mentioning the silent the response file name, make sure that this keyword is also case sensitive. So here the capital D, capital F, this is all case sensitive. Make sure that you give it as it is, otherwise this syntax will not work. Plus the file name has to be properly given, and if you are not given, as you can see that the error what we faced, that kind of error you may expect. That's it for this demonstration, and make sure that you do follow all the steps without missing single steps. Thank you for watching this video. Take care and bye bye.